Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I am discussing Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I mean, it's the same game, whatever. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield, we're going to jump right into all of the different things that people have been saying that are wrong with the game. And they're not wrong. These are things that are wrong with the game. So right away, yeah, it doesn't have the complete Pokédex, it doesn't have all of the Pokemon like a lot of people were hoping. Now, to me, that's not a huge deal because I don't really carry over Pokemon, and I haven't played a Pokemon game since, like, Sun and Moon. So what is that, like 3 years ago? A long time ago. So, again, when you're listening to me talk about the game, it's coming from the perspective of somebody who's coming back to the series. I've always loved Pokemon as a series, and it feels fresh to me because it's been so many years since I've played a Pokemon game. If you've played a Pokemon game every single year and you've kept up with all of them, I get where people are kind of sick of the formula, or this isn't the overhaul that they were looking for, because this definitely does not do enough different to really, I don't know, it doesn't feel like the first Pokemon console game. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a revolution. It doesn't feel like something brand new, like it should have. And I understand people's frustration with that and why people are review bombing. I don't think it deserves to be review bombed. I don't think it deserves a 0 out of 10. I don't think it's a trash tier game. We're gonna go through all the negatives that people have talked about and that I've experienced myself. And then I'm going to discuss kind of my overall thoughts and some of the positives as well. So let's dive right into that. So like I said, no complete Pokédex. The graphics are very mediocre at best for a Switch game. We've seen some phenomenal looking Switch titles lately. Link's Awakening, beautiful game. Seriously. Luigi's Mansion, such a great looking game. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, even the old Mario Kart from the Wii U looks phenomenal. This game does not. It just simply doesn't. It feels and looks like a 3DS game that was slightly upscaled and brought over to the Switch. And somehow, even with these like not amazing graphics, I'm still getting a lot of frame drops, especially during weather. So if it's raining a lot and there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, or there's lots of people running around, then you're gonna have issues with frame rate. It's just going to happen. It's unfortunate, but it's going to happen. Pop-in is also everywhere. This is something that you're going to see on the handheld game as well, but I feel like with the power of the Switch, we shouldn't see as much pop-in. I mean, it's super noticeable. When I first started playing the game, all these Wooloos just popped into life on the field, like not too far away. And it looked super strange. It was hilarious. And the pop-in just, it's so bad. I mean, it happens with things that are really close to you that are popping in still. I mean, I've run into Onyxes and random Pokemon that just popped out of nowhere. Now, in the wild, it's actually not too bad. It's definitely noticeable, but it's not horrible. I wasn't having the same issues like I was in town, where I was running into Onyxes, but it's definitely an issue. Also, if you're playing this game, turn off the autosave. I've heard there are issues that cause the Switch to maybe brick, and that it could also corrupt your SD card. So I turned that off as soon as I started the game. I haven't heard of anybody that I know that have had this happen, but I've heard through the grapevine online that this is in fact an issue. And that's unfortunate. I mean, that's a huge deal. I mean, if it's going to wipe your SD card, you're going to lose all of your saves, and because Nintendo is stupid, they don't have every single game as a cloud backup. So, huge risk there. Turn off autosave. They need to patch this game immediately if that is an issue. Like I said, I haven't heard of anyone specifically having this happen, but I definitely believe that this is a thing. Also, reused character models are pretty much confirmed by a lot of people that have data mined this game and compared it to the last ones, and I don't really know why Game Freak was saying that they were all new character models when I guess they weren't even the ones that made the character models to begin with. It's such a weird thing. It's like Game Freak kept shooting themselves in the foot as they kept saying things. So it's frustrating again that they reuse the same character models. I think the character models look fine for the Pokemon, but I just think it needs to be upscaled. Everything needs to look better. The environment specifically looks terrible. There are so many parts of the environment where you're like, I am just playing a 3DS game right now on the TV. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality of it. Also, there are people that are complaining about how the game tells you what moves to use. Now, it only does this if you captured or battled the Pokemon previously, so it's just kind of assuming that your Pokédex is telling you what their weaknesses are, what the best moves are. It's kind of annoying that it's there because, I mean, it's not really affecting my play. I mean, it's a rock, paper, scissors game anyway. You can kind of know what moves to use on what, which Pokemon to use on what. It's just having that there makes you feel like Game Freak thinks just everybody's an idiot nowadays. I mean, the older games didn't have it. Why do you have it now? I feel like that's something you should be able to turn off. Again, this isn't something that really ruined my enjoyment of the game, but it's definitely something that people are talking about, and I completely understand where people are coming from. But yeah, people are saying this game is way too easy, and it is a very easy game. I kind of turn my brain off and play, but I'm having fun the whole time. It's not like the kind of easy where you're just kind of walking through it and it's boring because there's so many Pokemon to catch. I'm constantly trying to get the new ones that are popping up. There are different areas with higher level Pokemon, so you're trying to get to those areas, or you got to go back to certain areas to go get those Pokemon. It's just so much fun. I've been having a blast with this game. I've only played like 6 hours, but I've already played 6 hours. That's saying a lot for me. I mean, having 6 hours of free time to put towards a game is a rarity. And this game is a time vampire. I mean, today I played a lot, and it didn't feel like a lot at all. It felt like I blinked, and it had been 4 hours, which is crazy to me. So the game's a ton of fun. The combat is a lot of fun. The animations, there are lots of really nice animations. The soundtrack is phenomenal. And just overall, like I said, I've been having a blast. And I feel like that's the most important thing for a video game. I've been having a blast. I don't know if other people are just not having fun with the game, if all of these different issues they're having with the game is so bad that it's completely detracting all of the fun that they're having. And like I said, I understand all the frustrations they're having, and I've had some of these frustrations, like the frame drops and the pop-in and the bad graphics, but after a while, I kind of just glaze over all that, and I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun seeing the new areas. I love the new Pokemon. Seriously, there's so many cool designs for these new Pokemon. Some of them are ridiculous and stupid, but they make me laugh, so it's really not that big of a deal. And for the most part, I love the new character designs. I like the new environment. It's very interesting. I like the new weather effects. I like Dynamaxing. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like the Z moves or whatever they were called from the past games. They don't like Dynamaxing, I'm sure. It's a new gimmick for this game. But I like it. I mean, the moves are over the top. You get these giant freaking Pokemon, some of which look different when they're Dynamaxed. Pikachu gets morbidly obese, which is hilarious. Meowth turns into this weird long cat. I mean, there's so many just great things with the Dynamaxing that I don't mind it. I think it's a lot of fun. I love how epic it all feels, especially when you're doing like a max raid battle. It just feels so epic. There's these storm clouds, and they're doing these crazy moves that are causing craters, and the floor is cracking, and just these nuclear explosions are happening. I think it's a lot of fun. So, it's really up to you. It's a love it or hate it. It's not even a love it or hate it thing. It's a love it, hate it, or whatever. It's in the game, but I love it. I think it's a lot of fun, and it doesn't happen a whole lot. It happens in like gym battles, and max raid battles, and I think there's one other instance you can use it in, but I don't think it gets in the way of the game at all, and I find it a lot of fun. But yeah, really quick, going back to talking about how easy the game is, I know I talked about how I didn't find it too easy to the point that it made the game boring. Not only that, I mean, this is a kid's game, so everybody that's kind of complaining about how easy it is, it's rated E. You know, I mean, there's like, I mean, I played this when I was a child, and I feel like I would still enjoy it, even if I was playing this instead of Pokemon Blue. It's still a fun game, and it's not like Pokemon has ever really been difficult. The only things that were difficult with the game were the grindy aspects. It's not like, oh, I have to figure out some crazy strategy to defeat this person. It's, oh, I need this type of Pokemon and this type of Pokemon. I'm missing those types. I better go back and grind and grind and grind and grind to get those leveled up so I can beat this person. That's it. That's all there is to it, because it's just rock, paper, scissors. But that's not bad. Like I said, I'm having fun with it. So it's not like the game has ever been super difficult. And the things that they have added that make the game easier are also things that have streamlined things that are kind of just tedious. There's a lot less backtracking in the older games. Older games was constantly go in, battle a bunch, go back, heal my Pokemon. Go in, battle a bunch, go all the way back, heal a bunch. Now there are people scattered all over the place that will heal your Pokemon, like in the middle of a route. You don't have to go all the way back. You are able to fast travel without a Pokemon that has Fly equipped, and I think that's not a bad thing. I really don't. I feel like there are different ways they could have done it, so maybe it was more challenging to get fast travel, but at the same time, it again eliminates backtracking. It eliminates you wasting time, and that's what a lot of the game does. I mean, you can access the PC at any point, so you can continually change your roster of Pokemon on the go, and I think that's awesome. You know, it doesn't make sense when you really think about it, unless they're teleporting Pokeballs to you somehow, where they've got a Corviknight that you don't see flying in the Pokeballs and you're trading them. But nothing makes sense in this game. It's Pokemon. It's a children's show. I mean, they have they've animals that go inside of a ball and they turn into like light. They turn into light and they go in this little tiny ball that somehow contains them. And when you capture them, they go and sit inside of a computer. They're inside of a box. They're just chilling in there. What are they doing? Nothing. They're stuck in a box. I don't know. It's something that a lot of people, I think, are overthinking. It's Pokemon, you know? And I'm sure that a lot of people are going to dislike me for saying that, but I feel like it's fine that they're eliminating a lot of the grind, and they're eliminating a lot of the backtracking. I think it's cool that I'm able to swap out my roster more often, use new Pokemon constantly, and just kind of, I don't know, it allows you to have more fun experiences with more Pokemon. And I think that's a good thing. Also, another thing about the game I like, so the soundtrack adds to this new thing that I think makes the game pretty cool, which is the whole stadium system. And I feel like they should have been in stadiums this whole time. Maybe they have been, you just don't get the whole scope of it because they haven't been as 3D as this. I guess the newer ones kind of have been. I don't know. But it just feels like the gym battles are more grand, you know? They're more epic. There's more at stake because all these people are cheering for you. And it's these giant Dynamax things in this huge Pokemon stadium, and the music's going crazy and the crowd is chanting, and it's just really energetic and just fun. I mean, I feel like in Pokemon games going forward, they need to expand on this a lot more to really enhance that feeling of just how big of a spectacle this is. And I don't quite know how they can do it. Maybe have more Pokemon Stadium things, maybe have like a fame progression level, because they've always talked about fame in these Pokemon games. They've always talked about, oh, this is the Pokemon Master. This is the Pokemon, the number one guy. And in this game specifically, I mean, he's walking around, he's got like an entourage. People are constantly coming up to him. They're asking him for autographs. He's got his Charizard just walking around. Which, by the way, why can't I have a Pokemon walking around with me? That would be awesome. I know you can do that in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I want to do that in this game. I also want to ride Pokemon like you could in that game. It's so strange that they took out some of these features that they added to Let's Go Pokemon and Eevee. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So keep adding things, stop cutting things out. I feel like that's something that a lot of games developers do. They keep cutting things out of games. Stop it. Stop doing that. Just add things in. Please. Please. Leave in the cool features you've had in other previous games. It's not gonna hurt the game by having more cool stuff in it. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that. But yeah, some sort of fame progression would be cool. Maybe people start noticing you more. Maybe you can get like different perks for how famous you've gotten, how well known you are. And maybe that is how you unlock different fast travel things. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things they could dive into and add to the Pokemon series that will keep it fresh going forward. Because there are a lot of people that are getting burned out, especially with this jump to the home console. And yeah, I mean, I keep saying it because I completely understand why people are disappointed. I am disappointed with this game, don't get me wrong. I'm very disappointed that they didn't do more with it when they 100% could have. I feel like they almost should have waited a little longer to put it out. I don't know how long they've been working on this game. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know how long they've been working on it, but I feel like it could use another year or so just to kind of iron out all the bugs, to enhance the graphics a lot more, to make this look like a real Switch game. But even in its current state, would I recommend it? I feel like the price tag of $60 is too high. But I feel that the $50 that you can get it for at Walmart, that's not bad. Okay, I mean, you're going to get a lot of time out of this. You're going to get a lot of gameplay. You're going to have a lot of fun. If you have friends you can play with, it's going to be even more fun. You guys can compete to see who can get the farthest, the fastest, what Pokemon there's trading. There's the random trading from the other games that I love doing because it's so funny. You just take a crappy Pokemon, you name it something stupid, and you send it along and hope for the best. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really neat features. I like the whole social feed where you can see what people are doing. You can see what people from each side of the game, it takes like a select group of 100 and pits like, okay, so there's 100 people. How many of those people on Sword are doing, like, how many people have caught more Pokemon than people on Shield? So there's this constant battle between the games. And I feel like that's a great idea that needs to be significantly expanded. I feel like there should be some sort of rivalry between the two games. I feel like that would be a really neat idea. And if they expand on that again, it's going to add a lot to the game. I feel like the whole game should be able to be played in co-op at this point. I know there's the Dynamax raids, and you can do those in co-op. I haven't really dove into the co-op a whole lot, but I feel like it's very limited. So if they did the whole campaign and they made you able to play with a friend, especially with now that you can see Pokemon, it's not just random battles all the time. You can like watch a friend do a battle. I mean, there's just so many things they can add to the series that I feel like should have been in this game. They didn't do enough to make it new. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a wasted opportunity. Because you can never just have a first home console main series Pokemon game again. This was their chance to do something revolutionary right off the bat. They still, of course, have options in the future to make this game something brand new, something unique. But I feel like as the first entry into the Switch, they should have gone all out. But they didn't. That's a shame. Do I still think it's worth buying? If you enjoy Pokemon, you're not burned out yet, and especially if you haven't played in a few years, maybe this is your re-entry back in, you're still going to have a lot of fun. I still recommend it for $50, or if you still have GCU, $48, or if you can get it on Amazon or somewhere on sale. Just 60 seems a little steep. I feel like it should have MSRP'd at 50 outside of Walmart, obviously. But at $50, if you can get it at $10 off, even at 60, honestly, you're going to get a lot of gameplay out of it. So, there you go. Those are my thoughts. Fun, but disappointing. So, if you're looking to have a new time vampire in your life, you're not sick of Pokemon, there you go. Go pick it up. I'm probably going to go back to playing it anyway. So, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the game in the comments section. If I helped you make your purchasing choice. And, yeah, like the video if you liked it. subscribe for more content, and as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys.